I've never just saw him again, bro.
We refreshed the call. So both Arbiter and I left the call with our production guy and then came back in. And when we both popped back in, I was like, yo, what if we just like didn't come back?
We'll be right back, you guys, and I'll just dip. Just never see us again,
We're done.
bro.
Oh, they're starting. We got to get into this.
Oh, wow.
Our next
All right,
match
let's
is
get it.
going to be Siskiy versus Mr. E, the Spanish Dark Samus versus the American Lucina, the New Yorker Lucina. And interestingly, Arbiter, these guys actually have played pretty recently. It was about 2 months ago where Siskiy double eliminated Mr. E at the Vegas C Weekly. But the thing was that it was a Game 10 double elimination. So that's nothing if not a close set.
That's true. And I actually, dude, I'm telling you, you gotta be on some type of medication if you think that Samus is still a bad character. This character has been making so many small, but not even small, really big waves in the meta right now. Samus is a character that relies so much on reads, right? If you can read your opponent and put them in such an ungodly scenario or situation, you're gonna be eating like a king. And right now, Siskiy is kind of struggling right now versus Mr. E right now on Final Destination. Usually this would be a really good stage for Dark Samus, but Lucina doesn't have to worry about any platforms or anything, right? She just gets to walk straight at you.
Yeah, the one thing, though, is that Lucina doesn't really have the extra opportunities to mix up landings, so she could get sharped on occasion, especially coming off of the ledge. But so far, that hasn't been a big problem for Mr. E. He's been pinning down Siskiy, not really letting him get started in any of these situations. Now onto the ledge. He does get the jab 1-2. We'll have to see what he can convert out of it. Tries for the dash attack, but great turnaround by Mr. E. Just getting that short hop bear.
Exactly. And that's really all you need. Lucina is such a simple character, but their toolkit is so... Oh, letting go of the... That is so risky, letting go of ledge, especially versus like a top player that knows the weaknesses of doing so. But I can imagine at that range, there's not much that Dark Samus can do. I doubt... Okay. I know that kills. Zam. That nearly killed. Okay, down tilt. Oh my God. The pop off from Mr. E's like, yeah, I don't want to die. I got too much to live for. Up throw might do it. Okay, there we go.
Up throw finally does take it away. He is going to be able to equalize that stock, but Mr. E quickly tries to take a percent lead and then eats a fully charged charge shot for his troubles.
Yep. And it's... Oh, go ahead. I'm so sorry.
Oh, just go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, and it's very dangerous getting charged out of by Samus, right? People are really scared of, like, the fully charged charge shot for obvious reasons, right? But no matter what charge Dark Samus has or Samus has, you can actually get a lot of good combos off of, like, a mid-charge, for example. You get mid-charge and dash attack, mid-charge into a grab when you eat God knows what. Dark Samus just loves putting you in, like, this really vicious cycle of to get a grab, they do charge shot, to get a missile, to get a down B started, and it just puts you in such god-like scenarios. But Mr. E not gonna fold just quite yet, no matter how bad the scenarios are.
Gets that dare on the ledge as well to force a very, very bad recovery from Siskiy, and he can't even make it back. He had already burnt his double jump in his first attempt to come back to ledge, and so when Mr. E just popped him backwards, he no longer had the resources required to make it back. This is one of the, like, best examples of somebody absolutely handling Samus's game plan that I've ever seen. Mr. E very clearly knows exactly what he wants to and needs to do, and you see it right there with examples like spot dodging the tether grab.
He said, don't touch me, sir. I'm royalty. Excuse me. Also, this might not be important. Okay, good dash attack does end up getting the stock, but if y'all look at, I need you to look at the player cam from time to time. Mr. E is physical, bro. This dude is like hyping himself up. He's jumping in his seat. My man is active, bro. This is proactive. I love this guy. But, oh, he lost his jump versus Samus, and that's something no one wants to go, do.
Ooh, and there's that rock, paper, scissors on the ledge that Samus players love so much. They wait for you to pick an option, and then they just follow it up with whatever is the correct response. And hang on. This might be Siskiy stealing this game away if Mr. E isn't careful. Tries for the dancing blade on the ledge. It puts him deep off stage, but he's still got a lot of resources to spare, and he is indeed going to be able to make it back past that onslaught off stage. Nair 2 re-initiates this edgeguard situation. Mr. E still hasn't been able to find that critical closing hit. Dash attack comes through and very nearly steals it away.
And I was nervous during those last couple seconds because Dark Samus, the loop is so scary. But dash attack, there's a lot of things that, you know, Siskiy could end up killing with, and that point blank charge shot to the spine gonna take the first game of the set. And Mr. E was looking really good during the first couple, you know, minutes, the first couple of stocks, but the moment Samus gets the download on you, there's not much you can do. It's like you were saying, that rock, paper, scissors scenario. Dark Samus and the Samuses in general, all they need is a couple good reads, and you're screwed, right? You like to jump on the ledge? That's crazy. Eat this forward air, bitch. Oh, you like to roll? That's cool. Here's this down B or the down smash, right? Oh, you like to normal get up? Awesome. Eat this charge shot. There's so many ways that Dark Samus can just play on the ledge versus you. It's scary.
And the worst part about it is that unlike with most characters, the risk reward is extremely skewed because you have to pick right in every single one of those situations. Yep. And in any of those situations that you pick wrong, oh, you neutral get up and got hit by a charge shot. Well, there's also a dash attack right behind that charge shot. And suddenly you're 60% worse off because you picked the wrong option once.
And then while you're getting hit, I get to charge shot again. I'm bro. This character's so good, man. So while you're struggling, I'm over here getting everything I need.
Thriving.
Exactly. But this is...
Oh.
Okay, you're fine. Here's me. I'm about to say, please don't die too early. But this is a good stage for Lucina. That top platform can be jail for some characters, right? But I don't think Samus is kind of like Paulo, where I think they kind of do okay on every stage. Maybe Smashville could be a struggle, but then the downbeat, you know, those bombs kind of control the whole stage. So.
Smashville is crazy for Samus. I hate to break it to you because they can just do this
grab,
thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, so they can use both charge shot and grab to just create this corridor using that top platform where if you approach through the corridor, you're going
what
to
are you doing?
You're going to eat a lot of damage. Like, stay out of the corridor.
Like, don't come here. I own this. So I'm just
Whoa! What?
Just dance! Just dance! Yes! Yes!
No!
Let's go! Yo, play that Tetris 99, baby! People,
dude,
there's like
there's like 5 pro controllers connected to this setup. What the? There. Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Top 10 things you hate to see.
Oh no!
Oh, people, don't be that guy. You see these unsync them. That's why. Yo, press the 1 if you're a GameCube controller legend like myself, dog. Oh, you're a legend. I play pro. Okay, anyway, ignoring last, bro. Press 1 if you're part of the superior race, baby. GameCube. You take it out, and that's all you gotta worry about. Yes, look at that. I see you, Twizzy. I see y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Good luck. He said, finish the match through Just Dance. Yo, the most fit person ends up winning this, dog. That's all I'm gonna say. And they both look relatively fit, but that's so unfortunate,
the thing, though, is that we have to now figure out, like, what's going on. Who is at fault if either of them? Are we resetting the same stocks and percents? Are we Arbiter? Why did you do that? You
see a little bit of chaos every now and then, you know, gets the blood pumping, makes me feel alive and whatever. But no, you're right. Now you got to figure out, yo, who did that? Right? And that's so...
We saw there were like 9 pro controllers connected to that setup when they hit that home button. So it probably wasn't their fault. It was probably some dude in the audience who played on stream 2 hours ago and threw his pro controller into his backpack after that.
Yeah, that's... People, please unplug. Oh, are we back? I hear sounds.
Sounds like we might be back. Can we get back into the game? Find out, maybe?
Oh, they're gonna are they just? Oh, well, they're real ones. They're real ones. They said, who cares? For real? Okay.
Oh, and you're going to die off of that. If you go low against Samus, that long, lingering, long-lasting option in fair is so good, especially when the Dark Samus does that slight fastfall to drag it down. It covers so much space. If you just exist in the same metaphysical sense as Dark Samus, you're probably getting hit by that fair.
If you're in the same room, if you are away from Dark Samus, even that forward air will hit you. Ooh, that move is so fast, a dolphin slash. You gotta detect that on reaction, but probably didn't expect to do it as early. That's what makes that recovery so dangerous, right? You know, you can never tell when they want to throw that move out. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention this is actually a battle of the Echo Fighters, right? Lucina being the Echo Fighter of Marth, who we barely see in the meta. Unfortunately, shout out to my boy
Bro,
Nate, by the way.
At this point, Martha's Lucina's Echo. We gotta be
Echo
real.
fighter, yeah. Call a spade, bro. That's just how it is in this metagame, man. As a Brawl's my favorite Smash game. Brawl Marth was my guy, so seeing him, turn to this is so sad.
I played Ganon in Brawl. It was a sad world for me.
You're a struggle. You struggle. You live for the struggle. You breathe the struggle. You're on that struggle back. But you know what? Mr. E is as well, as he's gonna eat that quarter, man. You just gotta guess correctly versus that character, but there's so many variables, so many options that they have. Oh.
Once again, but he actually is able to make it back this time. Yeah, you mentioned it a little bit before. That Dolphin Slash, it's so fast, it's so hard to react to in time to get the tech. So unless you preempt it, you're probably going to struggle a little bit on that tech timing, but we're back on stage, and Siskiy is pouring on the damage. 59% already done to Mr. E, and covering his own recovery back to stage by doing that full hop with the missile, so that Mr. E has to just hold shield instead of going for some sort of ledge trap. I love how much Siskiy uses all of his options at his disposal to cover himself so that he has the easiest, least resistant path back in any situation.
Exactly, and he's a threat at all ranges as well. Oh, good tech that time. 188%. You think that he, definitely won't be able to tech that, but no. Dark Samus actually has some weight to her, or whatever it is. But that up tilt will definitely do the deed. But I think Mr. E can make this comeback happen. It's just, like I was saying, look at these half charge shots, man. He doesn't really care. He can just play wherever range he wants to.
Well, I've actually, most Samus mains agree that having fully charged charge shot is actually not what you want. Because when you've got the charging animation going, you can always threaten with being able to quick cancel into another move or immediately pulling the trigger and sending that charge shot out. So they usually just do that. They keep it just shy of fully charged so that it has the most damage and knockback that they can get, while they can still play that fun game of will they, won't they, and keep that threat range going.
Wait, hold on. Mr. E Gaming? Okay, he couldn't get the backer, but he does have him back on the ledge with that dancing blade. Can he get the edge guard? No, that's there just a little bit too long. That might have been his X factor. Down air into up air. What a combo from Mr. E. Gonna make this comeback happen. Godlike play. Look at my man. Look at him. He's like, ooh, thank God. Thank you, Just Dance. Thank you.
And I mean, if I'm not mistaken, there is a bounty on Siskiy as well, as he's one of the free agent top players in this tournament. So what Wanted does, that's pretty cool, I think, is they pick different players throughout their bracket, and they put cash on their heads. If you take them out, you get paid. So if Mr. E, I see it right there. If Mr. E can take down Siskiy, he gets 500 euros and a headset.
I'm balling. I'm balling out mad hard. Good luck. Everything about this bracket has been so sick. By the way, people, I want to say that real quick. Shout out to production, man. Shout out to everyone, not even here, right? Shout out to everyone at Wanted, on the homeland. And shout out to, you guys watching. Last, I'm having a great time here, but this set is not over just quite yet. It is 1-1 right now. And we are going to be on, is it Siskiy? Is that how you pronounce it? I'm not sure if I'm saying that. Siskiy. Okay, so we're going to be on Siskiy's counter pick right now. So wondering where we could be going. I'm not sure if you saw that or not, but all I'm saying is maybe something like Town or MD, that works too, right? No platform can save you. You can't duck my charge shot. You can't duck my missile. You gotta have all of that. Yeah, this is where game number 1 took place as well. Mr. E had a pretty solid lead to start it off, but as the game progressed, Siskiy just clawed it back more and more, and eventually Mr. E found himself losing that game. So Siskiy might be looking for a repeat performance, but at least so far, this New York Lucina main has found himself completely untouched. 0% on the board and looking for a tech chase off of the down tilt. Not going to KO thanks to, like you mentioned last game, Samus having a little bit more weight behind that power shoot than some other characters do. Yep, and I'm not sure where Lucina, do you know what Lucina is in terms of weight? Are they mid, or are they
Lucina is, I think, around 120, if I'm not mistaken. I'll look up the weight chart. Okay, that's not awful, but I saw a really nice combo coming on from Siskiy because they didn't get the last couple hits of up smash. Good stuff on the neutral, but he falls out of it during the second hit. Forward air, not gonna kill. Is it gonna go for the edge guard? He's gonna play for that ledge trapping game. Go for the ledge trapping game. Good option. Gets that up throw. No down throw. Probably knows it's not gonna kill. No rage on Lucina as well, so you don't want to sell it out if you don't have to. Down tilt, has the back air if necessary. Good options. Once that dash attack, a cage mouse does fight. In this case, Siskiy will, but the neutral air will just end up getting the stock
for Mr. E, as he now is up 3 to Siskiy's 2. Good plays coming on from this Lucina.
I am back from my research expedition. It turns out that Lucina is 90, which does put her at a middleweight, so you were correct.
Yeah, okay. I was like, I've killed her at agreeable percents. You know, sometimes I'll hit somebody with some, and so like, they should have died there, or well, they shouldn't have, but Lucina's like just that good. Everything about Lucina is just fundamentals, right? Fundamental weight, decent at almost everything, but the moment you're able to exploit what she's strong at, like Mr. E is, you will be in a really good spot. Oh, what a good tech! That was good ledge coverage coming on from Siskiy, but Mr. E with the awareness saying that was 2, but I dare to try that again. I think go for this edge guard, go for the counter, just not gonna land anything.
Down tilt comes through as that ledge invincibility expires for Mr. E, so he's just forced to redo his recovery a little bit. Baits out that charge shot, but fair comes through, covers that jump in, so Mr. E not going to be able to get too much more off of that first stock. He's still got Siskiy on the ropes, though. He's not going to be able to live too much longer, even with that heavy weight that Samus has. Oh, Mr. E played that so smart.
Too. Yeah, that was good. That could have been so much damage you wouldn't believe.
Wait, speaking of so much damage you wouldn't believe, Dare Bear. Now Mr. E at 70%. He's got to deal with these charge shots flying at his face as well. This has suddenly turned into a very bad situation.
But ooh, the Nair gonna fall out. You are correct, but Mr. E, he's looking for these Nairs because he wants it. You gotta watch that shield. Thank the Lord you got that back there right when you did, because that shield could not take much more. And it still kind of can't, so you kind of gotta back up. Even Mr. E kind of knows this. He's playing this weird dance with danger where he's approaching Dark Samus knowing their shield is really small, but they know that they can't give them space, right? That's not how you fight this character.
Sent off stage yet again, but Mr. E has been very smart thus far about his returns, and he does it yet again. Recognizing what Siskiy was going to be looking for, he immediately burns the double jump, but I think that might have been a misinput on the side B instead of the up B. Unfortunate for him. He's still got a little bit of a lead, though, so he's got to not be too broken up about it, instead just get right back into the trenches, and it seems that's exactly what he's doing right here.
Exactly, so let's see what oh, where's your jump, homie? Where's your jump, homie? Okay, never mind. He still had it. I think that he lost stage jump within that forward air. Okay, that's really good for Mr. E. Going to take the extensions he needed to get to the last bit of that forward air. That's such a mighty trap with that down B to cover, you know, the horizontal option from Mr. E's recovery. But just not going to get anything in return for it. There's the down air. Watch those toes. So far, we're seeing Siskiy kind of chip away at Lucina's. Never mind.
Ooh.
Never mind. I was gonna say he was chipping away at him piece by piece, but Mr. E, despite that SD, getting the download, staying composed, that's what top players do, people.
Absolutely, and as a result, he is up 2-1, looking to eliminate Siskiy and claim the lion's share of that wanted bounty, while also moving on further into bracket where he'll get to face off against Orion.
Yep. There's a lot of really This matchup is really cool to me because you're fighting pretty much a zoner with really good boxing tools, right? Like, don't get it twisted. Samus and Dark Samus, they have great options to just get you off you or get them off you, and they have really good normals, like forward air. I think down tilt's a really solid move, right? Forward tilt gets the job done. Neutral air, godlike. Up air leads into itself, I think, like probably low-key 2-3 times. Mostly 2, I think, but I've seen people get like 3 up air chains, so it's really cool seeing the way that Mr. E, a character, just relies on getting in with the sword, take over right now, and he's up 2-1 over Siskiy right now, but knowing Siskiy has he's so gonna just make you feel powerless sometimes, right? So if he just find that power to like make Mr. E feel like he can't play the game with Dark Samus, I think he ends up making this a 2-2 game.
Right, and that's often how Samus players and Dark Samus players, for that matter, have to operate. They have to just kind of take away the onus of playing the game from their opponent. Just say, like, everything is under my control. The tempo is mine to dictate. I get to decide when and where we interact, and as a result, you're not going to get to play the game that you paid so much money for. And when that happens, that's when you really see Samus players shine, when they just make their opponent feel hopeless.
Exactly. You spent $100 plus for what? To play my game. But Mr. E's saying, no. I know that bot. It's on my Switch. Goes for the back air. Thank God he has that Zair. That Zair is just so good at just getting you back to leg. It makes it hard for Lucina to get those backers that they're so known to doing. I think neutral air might be good at catching that option a little bit, but if he at the end of the day, right, Siski's at 141%. Samus can't make the bet. Good V-reverse off that shark shot, but Mr. E's not going to fall for any trick.
Oh, and he is going to catch the landing of that up B. We actually haven't seen too many of those coming through from Siskiy throughout this set, and that's because Mr. E has been keeping his distance from the Dark Samus' shield. He's not landing on shield, he's landing near shield, using those disjoints to their full extent. So as a result, that up B that's usually so prolific coming out of shield, that's the first time we've really seen Siskiy try and use it, and well, wouldn't you know it, the first time he tries to use it, he dies as a result.
He ends up, you know, making a mistake because of it, and it's stuff like that makes you think, okay, never again. I tried it once, I died, okay, never do that again. And that second, it's a really good tool, but he's probably conditioned in his brain to, you know, not use that versus Lucina when it could come into handy, but good cancel with that charge shot, gets the grab, puts him in a good spot, has the down, he's gonna, you know, pressure near the ledge, and has the charge shot, everything he wants, but he's gonna escape that option. There we go, up that shield coming into fruition right there.
Finally makes use of one of Samus' strongest tools. But speaking of strongest tools, Lucina's is her tech chasing. Sets up that tech with the down B, or sorry, down tilt, and then eats a neutral B for her troubles.
And he almost lived that. Like, I don't know what happened there. I think maybe he air dodged, and I think that makes it to where you lose all your grip in the air. I heard something about that. Could be true. I'm not sure if it is, but I'll tell you one thing. Back row. Listen, he has such good momentum on his side right now. Good back coming on from Siskiy. Gets that forward air. Yep, put the damage on him. There's a miss. I'm going to try to play it a bit slower.
I do like how Mr. E is staying very patient on these approaches, though. He recognizes that Siskiy is trying to put pressure on him with these projectiles to force a corridored approach. He wants Mr. E to approach in one specific direction, in one specific time. And Mr. E, well, he's not giving that up to him. He's being very, very smart, waiting until after the danger has passed and then making his way in. Then, as a result, he is still holding on to a pretty strong lead, nearly double the percent, actually more than double the percent, rather. I'm bad at math.
No, you're good. And what's amazing here is, let's just say, worst case scenario, he loses this game, right? He still gets stage pick. So we've been on Siski's stage pick for the past 2 games. So Mr. E has a lot of momentum on his side to fight what happened.
What?
That, if you want Samus sucks propaganda, there it is.
Yeah, that's going to be on Twitter.
If you're looking to say this character's ass, you found your excuse. No way! He fell out of that up smash. It just because.
The worst part is that you know Mr. E expected, as he does die to that up B, but you know Mr. E expected that up smash not to work because it never does.
That's messed up.
He knew it wasn't going to work, so he buffered that bear, and he was rewarded with a kill for it.
He's like, yep. You know it's sad when you're using a character's, you know, weaknesses to your advantage. I don't mean like, oh, their recovery's bad. I mean like, yeah, this one move that should work
doesn't work. It doesn't work.
It just doesn't.
Oh, and what a great turnaround grab by Mr. E, yet again, pressuring Siskiy further into the corner. Dodges that F smash too. I think Siskiy's getting a little bit anxious. You usually don't see things like F smash coming through from this Dark Samus main, and we saw it a couple, an F smash into a down smash there. Not his usual repertoire of moves. Mr. E, I think, is getting him a little bit nervous, a little bit anxious, a little bit thirsty for a kill.
Yeah, he's at this percent where he has to rely on something raw, and thank God Samus is so strong at this, right? Has a lot of really good kill moves that don't really rely on too much. Here's the cycle. Here's the rinse cycle. There it is. There it is.
Earlier, I talked about like playing rock, paper, scissors with Samus on ledge. You were playing rock, rock, rock while Samus had a paper.
Your hand is cramped and you can't open your fist to make a paper sign. So all you have is a rock. So really all Siskiy needed to do was just, you know, get paper. And that was it. Nothing he could do there, unfortunately. And when you're below Samus, it makes
oh my God, that was again.
Yeah.
I think actually it looked like Mr. E hard SDI down and out. In which case, he's got crazy SDI, but...
In that case, I would never use up smash again. If my opponent had like SDI of the Lords, I would never use up smash again, bro. Like, I'm done. Never using it again. But he ended up making that game work in his favor. But we are going to be on the final game of the set, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, the person who loses this set will be taken out of the Wanted tournament. And France, ladies and gentlemen, so You gotta play this really well or else you will be sent out of this bracket. And there's so many strong players here.
Yeah, and I mean, this is just following the pattern of both of these guys' previous sets. Every time these two have faced off, it has been Game 5. So how else could we end it here at Wanted Free Agent Edition than with another Game 5 between Siskiy and Mr. E? We are running it to Hollow Bastion, where Mr. E found quite a bit of success previously, despite how much Samuses do like this stage's layout. So we'll have to see if he can replicate that, or if Siskiy is just going to take him to town, which he's doing currently.
Yeah, I also want to say I really like the way he jumped, but he actually had that air dodge in case. So if Samus tried to go for that forward air, they weren't going to end up hitting them. It does waste a resource, but it actually ends up working in their favor. Also, good stuff to up at shield. Good saying to get that dancing blade off of me. And here's where Samuses love to play.
Yep.
What a risky option. Usually we've seen Siskiy just go for this ledge trapping game. Nah, fam, F that. Good conditioning saying, usually I stay on ledge, but I'm going to go for these edge guards. But I think they should be able to make this back just fine. Forward tilt. It's going to be
He's
close.
looking for this drop down bear, dude. He wants it so bad, and Siskiy gets sent just a little bit too far away. As a result, going to be able to take that stock with only 8.8% extra credit on him. Siskiy, though, going to make sure that that number doesn't stay low for too much longer and actually doesn't get punished for the whiffed upbeat.
That was mad scary. And I want to see Mr. E go a lot more for these, oh, yikes. Okay, less of those. I want to see go for more of those dancing blade flips, right? Because I think it's a really good move to do with Samus, right? It forces her to, you know, pick an option, right? Do I want to risk getting hit by the whole thing? Or do I let go shield, maybe try to read a parry? And Mr. E, he's trying to come alive a lot more, but I just love the way Siskiy is just getting these consistent reads on him.
Oh, jab reset into the F smash, though. It's way too low percent to be anything meaningful, as Siskiy is able to get back onto stage very quickly. But if Mr. E can replicate that at a higher percent, it might be extreme danger.
Oh.
But it's also extreme danger touching Samus's shield at high percent, because that up B is just going to come through. And especially with, again, a middleweight like Lucina on a stage like Hollow Bastion, not going to be living too long. Siskiy has found himself a huge lead here, and he's consistently expanding it. Mr. E needs to find a way to stop the bleeding, and quickly. This fair might be just the gauze, the bandage that he needs, and he techs that!
That was scary. And I want to say, you know what's winning him these games? Up B out of shield. We were talking about, and you said it last, it's one of Samus' best options, so why not use it? They ended up dying the first time we've ever seen them use it, and it didn't work in their favor, but now we're seeing it is such a good tool to fight this Lucina who loves to jump in on you. But this is it, people, the last stock of the set. Mr. E versus Siskiy, and I don't know, it's looking like Mr. E is low on the tank right now. Forward throw, has a ledge up option with the down B. What's the move's gonna be?
It's not going to be anything yet. Gets the landing up air. Oh, but just very poor DI on the dash attack. Mr. E wasn't expecting to be caught by that. As a result, he wasn't holding the correct direction. Down he goes, out of the loser's bracket, but at a very, very respectable 7th place. Siskiy, however, is going to be moving on further into bracket, where he'll face off against Orion.
Yeah, and with the tournament this stats, like you said, man, 7th place isn't awful. But yeah, that DI was... I mean,
he definitely wasn't expecting. That was like a quick.
Exactly.
It was a quick buffer dash attack. We're gonna see it again here. Yeah. No, it's next stock. It was a quick buffer dash attack.
Yeah, and
we're gonna see
when
it.
stuff
we'll
like
see
that
it.
happens, I'm not like, oh, that was ugly. I mean, it was, but yeah, look at that. That angle was. I would not ask her out to prom, bro. That angle was absolutely ugly, bro. Jesus Christ. Hey, you would, bro. That angle, dude, they got sent that way. They got, bro, that stack usually gets sent, it's usually sent like at a horizontal, like, no, he got sent like